Anyone here? Gotta get that wanderer wherever he went. There we go. He's got his sword drawn, so I think this is the guy I'm looking for. Shh. Quiet. Okay, and you stay here. Alright, beautiful. As far as I'm aware, the only other guys are the two that we just saw having that conversation. Killed the other dude in the other room over there. Where they are exactly, I don't know. I don't see them in this room. I'm going to save again. Can't take any bolts. Apprenticeship. Hi, Artificer Bartholomew. I would appreciate if you would consider promoting me to your apprentice formally so that I might work with you full time. Thank you, Humphrey. Apprenticeship Draft 1. Bartholomew. I'm sick of mopping your floors and dusting your shelves, all of this in hopes of receiving the crumbs of knowledge that you cast my way. If you think I'm going to wait around forever... Apprenticeship Draft 3. Hi, Artificer. I was visited by Holger himself in my dreams last night. He told me I was to do great works for the Abbey, to cast out darkness where I find it, to help arm my brothers with weapons that reach beyond the physical and into the very heart of the outsider. I think that I am ready for this task. Got 10 coins. The Young Prince of Tivia. We've read that one before. I think this was 203, right? Yep. A pouch, some sleep darts, Suchalaw's health elixir, bolts we can't take. Just gonna close that door to be safe. 2 coins. Final warning. Edmund, it has come to my attention that you know where my sanctum is. If I catch you loitering by the statue of Holger again, hoping to run into and perhaps liaise with one of my guests, I'll have you branded a heretic and cast out of the city. Regards, High Overseer Campbell. Last night. Wyndham. Last night was wonderful. I am right at this moment imagining your arms around me and your breath on my neck. I feared for our lives when your fellow overseers found us, but you proved resourceful as always. And no, I won't take your slurs and threats personally, for I know you were merely trying to throw off any suspicions that they might have had of us. I hope to see you again soon, perhaps in 2 nights when you have leave once more. Be warned. Berthold, I found one of our brothers attempting to put a package in the post boxes for the others to find. I believe it to be the evidence of your sister's involvement in witchcraft he spoke to me about. I attempted to stop him, but he insisted that I would burn for her crimes if I was attempting to cover her deeds. You should warn her. See if the 2 of you can flee the city before they reach her, your friend and brother. We miss you. Dear Harold, I don't generally do this, but I came across a letter your parents sent when you were first taken to Whitecliff. Remember that we have rules in place to spare you the decision of trying to make contact with them. We can no longer walk among those we seek to protect. If you would at least read this letter to him, though your motives may be just, we know he's probably scared right now, and we are unable to be there for him. Son, we miss you. We're so sorry we can't come to you now and take you from wherever they've stolen you away. Be strong, son. We know you will see your way through. Please, remember us and try to find us when you're free. We love you, Mama and Papa. And see, that's why you can't kill anyone in this game. Oh, I missed one. Apprenticeship Draft 2. Dear High Artificer, this is in regards to my being chosen for the position of your apprentice. If you don't mind, I would appreciate it if you looked at my record of service over the last several months. You will find that I have been. My only concern is where those other two guards got off to. Oh hey, look. The code is under there, 203. I never saw that before. So even if you don't get the code from the overseer that you saved from execution, which we did in the last installment, if you want to watch that, then there is still a way to find it. That's pretty cool. Okay, let's go into the workshop. Hemlock essence. Is there anyone here? Guess not. Exploding hounds. Bartholomew. I've seen the harnesses you've been devising in that workshop of yours. If you plan to strap explosives to my precious hounds and make living bombs out of them, you can count me out of your plan. I'm the master of the hounds here, and without my training, they'll never do as you request. Signed, Houndmaster Wharton. Music box. Overseer Humphrey, I left you a copy of the ancient music so you might familiarize yourself with the principles I'm employing in this latest variation of Holger's device, or the music box as the men call it. As you should know, it produces harmonies that render heretical energies or magic inert through counterbalancing mathematical principles. Read the book and then make yourself useful by finding us some subjects to test it on. This city is choked with corruption and superstition, so I trust you won't have to look far. Signed, High Artificer Bartholomew. Got a rune. Audiograph player.
We cannot doubt the effectiveness of Holger's device, or the mathematical beauty of the music itself. We've seen it in action against the forbidden practices too many times to deny it. But the question no one wishes to ask is the incantation itself black magic? The boxes are priceless, but what's inside?
Workshop chest key. Replacement valve. Humphrey, would you see to it that this valve gets installed in that little supply depot by the loading docks? The men have been grumbling about this thing for what must be months now, as if there were anything of value on the other side of that door it's supposed to open. Keep quelling problems like this for me, and you might just make apprentice. Signed, High Artificer Bartholomew. Okay. Concerning the crossbows. Campbell. We initially thought it a great find when we came across some of the crossbows that the assassins had been using to harry our patrols. The models we found, however, have proven lacking. Dowd's men have greater accuracy and range, and I swear theirs reload faster. I'm recommending that we stick with pistols and sabers and count this as a lesson in where our strengths lie. Sincerely, High Artificer Bartholomew. Grenade, bolts. There's a bunch of bolts here. Too bad we don't need them. Workshop key. By the loading docks. Is this just for the door to that guy's little hideaway? I bet it is, isn't it? Overseer workshop note. Overseer Bloom. I have a replacement valve for this door finished with the workshop. Once we install it, we can finally see what's been festering in the supply depot for the past year. Come see me when you want it. Sincerely, High Artificer Bartholomew. Yeah, this is just for the guy's little hideout. Okay.
Where have the overseers gone? They wade through chest-high waters with their hounds.
Curious as to where the key for that chest is. Workshop chest key. Might have to do a bit of digging to find that. It wasn't in here, right? No. I haven't checked this place yet. Oh, shit. Got a sleeping wolfhound. Gotta be careful. Apricot tartlet. Zirconium blood sausage combination update. Wyman. I've updated the combination of the bunkhouse safe again. It's 203. As treasurer, it's up to you to make sure it stays secret this time. Don't leave this letter lying around. Brandon. Multiple ways to find that code. The 6th stricture. Excerpt from a work detailing one of the 7 strictures. Restrict the wanton flesh. Truly there is no quicker means by which a life can be upheaved and sifted than by the depredations of uncontrolled desire. What avail is the concourse of a prostitute, the attention of a loose companion? Nothing. And what of the fruit of such unions? Only sorrow is born, only misery is multiplied. Within these things the outsider dwells. Tibian pear. Got some coins. Bread. Health elixir. Okay, I'll be right back. Alright, back. Oh, fuck, I forgot what I was doing. I forgot that dog was even there. Shit. Silly me. Was there anything up here? No. Okay. I think that's all the buildings here, right? Mess hall. Guess this building doesn't have an entrance. Yeah, you can't get in there. Anything in here? Some regular bolts. Don't need that. Pouch. More regular bolts. Ooh, what's down here? Ooh. Health elixir. 50 coins. Sleep darts. Tin of brine. Hagfish. Spiritual remedy. Very nice. Very nice indeed. My only thing is I want to get into that workshop chest. So, I'm gonna look that up real quick if you'll bear with me. Let's see. Fucking Dishonored workshop chest key. It's in a bottle on top of a small cabinet. And it's in the workshop. Okay. So I just didn't look hard enough. Figures. Oh, Tibian ore. Oh my god, there's a bunch of stuff here I didn't even pick up. What the hell? Copper wire, powdered crystal, medicinal herbs. The Metaphysica Mysterium. Excerpt from a longer banned work on supernatural ritual. It is said that we should not sully our hands when combating the forces of the void. My studies have been deemed heretical by my brothers, but the rewards have been invaluable. I have harnessed the same energies employed by the outsider and his accursed followers while avoiding their corruption. I will prescribe a twofold method in this text. Indirection, as the unwholesome powers of the outsider use living flesh as a conduit, we can avoid being tainted by using the flesh of others instead. And containment, by using channels and barriers, we can focus these void energies in a raw state, shielding them from the perverse perspectives of the outsider. Boom. Look at that. Bonded Galvani Weeb, Sleep Darts, Health Elixir. Hell yeah. Nice. Okay. And with that, I think we've done everything in the backyard, with the exception of the cliffs down the bottom, but we'll do that towards the end of the mission. Just wanted to check that out. Make sure I'm not missing anything up here, although I'm fairly certain that I'm not. Alright, cool. Well, let's go further in. Alright, we're inside, to the meeting chamber. Wait. Stay in the backyard. Let's actually go through the other way. Kinda wanna go back the way that we came. Oh, bolts. Don't need those. Oh, what's in here? Another room. Look at this. Brine hagfish, jellied eels, backyard gate key, spiritual remedy, 20 coins, abductee manifest. Following children have been brought to Godfrey's farm, awaiting passage to White Cliff on the 13th day, month of Seeds. Jude Thornton, Ada Hargreave, Nicholas Rains, Patrick Fagan, Roland Williams, Zachary Clendon, Thomas Jordan, Kent Hodgson. Ration allotment, 12 crusts of bread, 1 wheel of blood ox cheese, and 5 tins of bragg hagfish. Tales for children. Okay, read that before. Yeah. Bread. Health elixir. And a doll. Being held by a doll. Alright, cool. He's still snoring away. Very nice. Let's go back to Holger Square. Now then. The overseers here should all be dealt with. Should just be able to walk through the front door.
For the outsider himself has these 5 attributes by which he hopes to defeat the righteous. He is patient, for he waits every hour and every day of our lives for a moment of weakness or carelessness, that he may enter our hearts. He is subtle, for many do his work and know it not. He is strong, and only by utmost striving can he be resisted. He is various, for there are 7 gates by which he may enter a man's heart, and 70 kinds of spirits which live on and beneath the earth. And the arts and tricks of black magic are without number. And he is eternal, for he has lived long ages before we are born, and will continue thus long after we are dust.
Overseer Sturgis, my youngest sister lives with my wife and me, but does not cook or clean. She thinks on curious subjects, machinery and numerical calculations. And only yesterday she spoke of a wish to read a book. What shall I do?
This is very troubling, for such a young lady is easy prey to the outsider, if not already within his grasp. Watch her carefully for signs of it. She may fall into fit, or be heard speaking to the empty air, or laugh or cry without provocation. Perhaps a disfigured man may come and inquire after her, or you might discover small items in the house, branded as if by intense heat, or the bones of rats may be found in her bedclothes. Be wary.
Overseer Sturgis, is the outsider a winged serpent?
Well, Coriander of Morley wrote that such serpents are kin to the whales and leviathans. And indeed, sailors off the shores of Pandysia tell of great winged shapes seen circling far inland, if such reports are to be believed. But the outsider is something else, not of flesh, a being that haunts creation from first to last, incorporeal, but not without force and influence. And so, briefly and in conclusion, not a winged serpent.
In dreams, I have seen my hands raised against my own child. Has the outsider already corrupted me?
In the life of High Overseer Perry, it is written that the great man conversed with the outsider in dreams. So it is true that he may walk there. But as to raising the hand, it is not always wrong to do so. I myself benefited by many a chastisement in my youth. Many indeed, and not lacking in enthusiasm.
Okay, let's not go through that door. Instead, I want to go check out the branding instructions, but I gotta get up there in through those windows. To do that, I'm gonna have to go over this way, I think. I'm gonna have to go back through this gate. And up here. And there we go. Ooh, King Sparrow feathers. Nice. Alright, I'm gonna save here before we go inside.
course we didn't find him.
Did I ever tell you? One time one of the second floor shutters got stuck open, and I thought I could slip out. I couldn't find a way down. By the time I got back, it had snapped shut. I spent the rest of lockdown out on a ledge.
Maybe the outsider was watching.
Okay, this guy's coming this way. Let's see where he goes. Just gonna chill there, alright. Interrogation room key needed. Or I could just use my wiles to get behind the gate like that.
What we have is a man, aged 30 perhaps, slender, unusual tattooing on the face and chest, probably superstitious heresy, wearing some sort of industrial mask when we brought him in, stolen out of one of the whaling factories from the look of it. You're one of Dowd's men, aren't you? Caught at last? Give us a name at least. What's wrong with his eyes? Opium? Laudanum? Are you with us? What's he doing? Some kind of fit? He's gone. Here it is, a pin, hidden in one of his gloves. Subject has administered some kind of poison. The effects seem to have been lethal.
Dude murked himself. Damn. Heretics brand. On branding heretics. The heretic brand is reserved for those overseers who have committed heinous acts against the order but have not broken codes that would otherwise result in execution. No contact, aid, or shelter can be given to one bearing the brand. That person is forevermore unwelcome to the Abbey and its affiliates. When used, the brand is applied to the forehead so all can see the sins of the recipient. The chemical compound acts immediately, scarring the heretic for the remainder of life. The interrogation room here at the office of the High Overseer stands ready for branding ritual, should the need arise. The recipient must be strapped into the interrogation chair and restrained as the brand is applied. The heretic brand itself is to be stored in the same room. Okay. The Great Trials. Excerpt from an Overseer's Findings by High Overseer Tynan Wallace. Spending 2 years in the company of heretics, the insane, and those rare black-hearted villains who were truly practitioners of magic, I can say with truth that I have seen such things as to break the minds of most. While the trials and burnings weigh heavily upon my heart, I must chronicle what has been a unique opportunity to witness the multifarious perversions that the outsider bestows upon those who seek his black counsel. Many of those we faced were accused of bewitching their neighbors or family, controlling them from afar, or even walking around in their skins. And I have seen this with my own eyes as one woman slid into the form of another, prowling unseen until a vigilant overseer struck down both the witch and her host. Others, detailed herein, were found to stand in 2 places seemingly at once, or to vanish from one place and appear in another. Our work was dire, we knew, for if the followers of the outsider can truly inhabit the skin of another, or move from place to place like the wind, then how can we hope to erect walls to keep him out? It was these trials that first led to us to investigate barriers beyond the physical. Hmm. 25 coins.